Before you sweep away a web like this, look carefully at what built it.
Because this frightening-looking spider may be doing something surprisingly useful in your garden.
That wheel-shaped design is called an orb web, and it is an extraordinary hunting machine.
Its size, 8 long legs, and motionless posture can make it look far more dangerous.
But an intimidating appearance tells you surprisingly little about how dangerous a spider actually is.
Garden orb-weavers usually want insects, not an encounter with the enormous human walking past them.
And here is the first clue to why removing the web may be unnecessary.
The web lets the spider detect a flying insect without searching through your garden for it.
Instead of hunting you, this spider spends its time catching small animals that collide with silk.
And that changes what this web really represents. Not a threat, but an active predator. Closely, because an orb web is much more complicated than a random collection of threads. Strong spokes carry forces toward the center, while other strands help intercept passing insects. Some capture strands carry microscopic sticky droplets that help stop an insect from escaping. And surprisingly, not every strand in this web is equally sticky. Different threads perform different jobs, turning a fragile-looking web into specialized hunting equipment. The system is not perfect, either. Many insects hit a web and still escape. Damage is normal, so web-building spiders continually respond to wind, struggling prey, and broken silk. For an orb weaver, maintenance can be part of the nightly routine.
Silk begins as material produced inside the spider and becomes thread as it is drawn out.
Every web begins with secure anchor points connecting plants, branches, fences, or other stable surfaces. From those anchors, the spider can transform empty air into a place where prey becomes detectable.
For many orb weavers, evening is when this silent trap becomes especially active.
A moth attracted across the yard can suddenly send a powerful vibration through the entire structure.
The spider does not need to see the insect clearly. The silk carries crucial information.
Its legs are extraordinarily sensitive to movement, helping it work out where something has landed.
Once prey is secured, the spider prevents continued struggling from tearing apart its expensive trap.
That is the ordinary life behind a web homeowners often remove without a second thought.
But several persistent myths make these spiders seem much more threatening than they really are. Myth 1. One large web means your garden is suddenly overrun with dangerous spiders.
Reality. An obvious orb web may simply belong to one successful resident using a good location.
Myth 2. A large spider must have an especially dangerous bite.
Reality. Many familiar garden orb weavers are shy and are not considered dangerous to people.
When disturbed, escape or defensive behavior is far more useful to the spider than pursuing a human.
From the spider's perspective, you are not prey. You are an enormous potential source of danger. Myth 3. The spider avoids sticking only because its entire web is somehow harmless to it.
Reality is more interesting. Silk type, careful movement, and specialized legs all help.
Studies of orb weavers have found leg hairs and surface chemistry can reduce unwanted adhesion.
Myth 4. every web around your property tells exactly the same story.
In reality, spiders build very different structures, and web shape can offer clues about how they live.
The web in this story is specifically the familiar circular orb, not every unknown spider web.
So what does keeping one actually do for the garden around it?
Orb-weavers are general predators, taking suitable insects that happen to enter their webs.
That can include insects gardeners consider pests, although the spider does not selectively hunt only pests.
And this is important. Webs can also catch beneficial insects, so their ecological role is not perfect.
A spider is one participant in a food web, not a magical solution to every garden problem. Spiders themselves can become food for other animals, linking insect prey to larger predators. Even the hunter can become hunted, which is another reason gardens rarely follow simple predator rules. A successful web is usually positioned where airspace and insect movement give the spider opportunities. Outdoor lighting can concentrate insects, which is one reason spiders sometimes build near homes. Reducing unnecessary exterior lighting can also reduce unwanted spider activity close to doors and windows. But now comes the strangest part. This web is more than a trap. For the spider, silk effectively extends its ability to sense events far beyond its body. Different disturbances create different vibration patterns, giving the spider information about what just happened. Those motionless legs are not inactivity. They are positioned across a network carrying mechanical signals. The same structure that catches dinner also tells its owner when the web has been damaged.
Some orb-weavers replace large portions of their webs regularly, sometimes producing a fresh web overnight.
So destroying one web may simply force the spider to spend energy building another. That does not mean every web should remain exactly where the spider places it. A web across a doorway, gate, or busy walkway can obviously become a practical problem.
Children and pets also make accidental contact more likely, so location matters.
Most garden orb-weavers avoid confrontation, but any spider may defend itself if trapped or squeezed.
Never pick up an unidentified spider simply because its web resembles one you have seen online.
Species differ between regions, and web shape alone should never be treated as a safety guarantee. If you cannot identify a spider, distance is safer than experimenting with it.
When an empty web blocks a route, clearing the silk is very different from handling the spider.
Given suitable nearby habitat, the spider may simply choose another place to build.
Keeping vegetation away from entrances can reduce encounters without trying to eliminate every spider outdoors.
Screens, sealed gaps, and sensible lighting are better solutions when your real concern is spiders entering indoors.
One harmless outdoor orb-weaver usually does not justify turning the entire garden into a chemical battleground. Depending on the species and season, a female may also leave protected egg sacs nearby.
The next generation may emerge later, with most tiny orb-weaver spiderlings dispersing rather than remaining together.
Now return to that web you were about to remove at the beginning.
You are looking at a trap, a communication network, and a sensory system built from silk.
It may catch unwanted insects, but its real value is simply performing its natural ecological role.
So if an orb web is safely out of the way, sometimes the best action is none.